Hi, I'm Lucy and I'm one of the team at PTFS Europe. Today I'm going to have a look at the table settings feature in Koha. This allows you to control which columns are visible in the various tables when you're working within the Koha staff interface or on the OPAC. So if you use Koha regularly, you're probably aware of the column settings that you can use when you're looking in a table within Koha. Here I've got a catalogue record and I'm looking at the holdings table. And I've got my column settings cog here where I can change on the fly which columns I want to see in that table. So I can hide, for example, the date last borrowed, the date accessioned field. And if I look at the table again, those columns have disappeared. But what about if I wanted to change those permanently so that all staff saw the same columns as a default? I can do this from Koha administration and the table settings feature. So if I go across, I'm going to go across to a different tab here. And I've got Koha administration open. If I scroll down to the additional parameters, I've got table settings here. Now these are organized into different groups of tables. So this broadly follow the modules that are available in Koha with some others as well. If I have a look back at my catalogue record here, I'm looking at the holdings table. And if I want to find that within table settings, I can go down and it's in this group here for catalogue type tables. Again, if I scroll down, there's a few tables in here. So there's the acquisitions table, the checkouts history. This is the one that I'm looking for, the holdings table. So if I want to make a global change to the visibility, I need to find my column heading, my field, and you can see them all listed here. By default, they're all viewable. If there's data available within the item record in the holdings, you would see that column displayed within your holdings table. So say, for example, I wanted to hide the spine label column. Perhaps at my library, we don't use spine labeling, so I can hide that there just by ticking that box. And perhaps the date accessioned, again, if I wanted to hide that column by default. If I didn't want that column to display at all, so I wanted it completely hidden from staff, I could also tick this button here, which means it cannot be toggled, which means it won't appear for individual library staff to view that column if they wanted to through the column settings. So I just save those settings there. And if I go back now to my catalogue record and just refresh that screen, we should see that that spine label column has disappeared and so has the date accessioned. But staff would still be able to see the date accessioned column if they wanted to. The spine label column they couldn't look at anymore because I've hidden that completely. I've ticked that cannot be toggled tick box as well. So that's completely and permanently hidden now. So that's changing a table in the staff interface. You can do exactly the same with some of the tables in the OPAC as well. So if I just open up this catalogue record in the OPAC, and if I wanted to make changes to the holdings table on the OPAC, I can do that in the same way. So I go across to my Koha administration tab, close up this one, and if I look down, I've got an OPAC group as well. And again, I've got a holdings table in here. So say, for example, I wanted to hide the due date column so that my library users didn't see the date that books were due back. I could come down here and just tick off the date due column in here and save that again. And just take a look to make sure that that has taken effect. Just refresh the screen and that due date column has now disappeared. So a really quick and easy way to customize and control the display of information in both the staff interface and on the OPAC. Okay, thank you for watching.